Hey there, thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. But before I take you to your show, I have a very small request to make. Do check out the other episodes that we have created so far. And as you know, we are available on all major music and podcast streaming apps across the world. So, whichever podcasting platform you're listening to, do hit the follow button and leave us a rating, as that will help us improve our content and reach a wider audience. And with that, welcome to the show. Hello there, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and I hope you all are doing well. And whatever time you're listening to this podcast, I just want to say one thing before we move on to the topics and the subject of this podcast is that I think we should eliminate leg days from gym. Yesterday, I had a leg day, and because of my high testosterone levels, I lifted a little extra weight beyond my capacity, beyond my auqat. And as a result, today my legs are in extreme pain, and the pain has just all of my lower body is in extreme pain, and the pain is maximum in my ass. So, yeah, talking about pain in the ass, there's a
Don't
co host
say.
that I have
I did not expect it.
who is
Why, God?
also the
Why?
CEO of this podcast. Please welcome Priyanka Mishra, everyone. Priyanka, want to say hello to everyone?
No, you just said that I'm a pain in the ass.
I mean, this is
औकात से बाहर से याद है किसी बार do you know there's one movie BB Wine's person Bhuvan Bam has just made a grand entry in movie culture,
is it?
Hindi
Is he
movie
into
industry.
Bollywood? Is he doing movies?
I don't know. We cannot call it Bollywood nowadays, because
I
it has become that online web series and online platform has become so such cult that you cannot now call it Bollywood. They're
is he like
everywhere.
on OTTs and all?
Yeah, I think ZTV or something.
Wow, it's nice. I mean, a lot of these YouTubers have made it to some of them to movies as well, like mostly same.
Yeah,
I'm
it
a huge
was
fan of her.
really okay.
Yeah, I mean, she does really crazy shit, and mostly, a lot of things are relatable. So that's why I like her.
Also, there is some honesty in her work. Every time she recreates something or she is into new project, there is some honesty even in
Yeah,
interviews. So
yeah.
that
and
that makes the audience stuck
and the
for the
content
content.
that she produces, it's a little very like thought through, hard worked. You'll realize that while you're watching her. So yeah, so let's not promote others who are already making it big. So this podcast, say that again, mate, is now
Then
also
why
on
do you
YouTube.
talk about Shah Rukh Khan so much? Why do you talk about Shah Rukh Khan so much?
That's something that we can't keep away from. He has to be spoken about in one of every episode once. So yeah, but you know what, Priya? There has been this amazing last week that I spent at a nude beach. Let
What?
me first clear this out. There's no vulgarity in it. There's no nothing in it. It's just the experience, the liberation of mind that changes everything. You go there, it'll take you just 15 minutes to be in a position of comfort, to not stare at people because nobody's staring at you and everybody is doing their own job, which is enjoying there, taking a dip in the water. And nobody gives a damn about how you look.
Anyone? Mhm.
Yeah. And it was so comforting. Like one place where there are no judgments. You go to a nightclub, people will look at you, at your dress, the way you look,
Hmm.
the way you have, the way you appear right now. All of these things happen everywhere, in offices, in normal beaches, in nightclubs, sometimes in house parties, everywhere. But that one place, I felt like nobody is either getting judged or is judging someone. So I just felt that really, really nice, liberating, and a change in experience, something I wouldn't have experience in India. So of course, let's do
Tell
it.
me one thing. Tell me one thing. If I'm wearing clothes inside nude beach, am I allowed there or not?
Yes, you are. In
So
fact, this
yeah.
reminds me of a really amazing story. When I was at the beach, there was a wedding going on at the beach. And of course, in the wedding, people were wearing clothes and they were looking amazing. And the moment of reality hit me when all the people without clothes were taking pictures of the bride. It's such a nice thing. Usually, it's the other way around. People without clothes are the point of attraction. People look at them, people stare at them, and you know, all of those things. But here, the attraction was only the bride and the groom. Everybody had phones in their hands and they clicked pictures of the wedding basically. And then I realized like, okay, this is something new. This is something amazing, which which you don't see very often, which is like totally something which is not as per the rules of the world. So I felt that
This is
really,
something new. Really.
yeah, really
Off.
nice.
Also, I just wanted to ask one thing. Inside a nude beach, when
Yeah.
before you enter, what are the terms and conditions? How does it work? For example, imagine we have so much layers added when we are walking on the street. I'm not discriminating or just alienating our country for this, but then there are few regulation which we need to follow involuntarily, and we cannot avoid that. So how does it work inside a nude beach? Are you allowed to take pictures, or before entering the nude beach, are you like, is there a certification or something like you have to
No, no,
sign
no, no,
this
no,
before?
no, nothing,
Mhm.
nothing like that. It's a public place. It's an open environment where anybody can go, dress whatever they want. Clothing is optional. Okay, that's when we come to know that okay, it's a nude beach or a nude. Sometimes there are nude clubs as well in some places. So wherever they mention clothing optional, means you might find security there. Okay, so these beaches are, they're not mandatorily nude. Okay, they are clothing optional. You you got a chance, you can like go without clothes. So that's the thing. There's no rules, no regulations, no certificate you have to sign, or no nothing like that. No clauses, no annexures, no nothing. It's just any beach. Just walk in there, be the way you want to, enjoy yourself, and in a disciplined way, just come out. Taking pictures. I saw a lot of people were taking pictures of others, and nobody was minding that because nobody knew anyone, right? So people are like, okay, they were there in a public place, so of course there will be eyeballs, of course there will be camera clicks.
Yeah.
So those things were happening. People have like made terms with these things and then agreed to visit a nude beach. So I think that's pretty much how it works there. And nobody, I mean, no one gives a no one pays attention if someone is clicking them or something. Yeah.
First thing which comes in mind of any artist or any normal individual as well, while before wearing any to any some like clothing material which is somewhere, they find it, is it too short to wear, or is it exposing my skin too much, and then people misuse those images by clicking it in certain in very inappropriate manner. They click pictures and then they misuse it against the
I get it. I
that
totally,
individual,
I totally get what you are trying to say.
inclining to, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I was saying those barriers, every the uncomfortable level, which uh, in a position where they put the artist in. I'm including these artist names because unfortunately we go through reels and everything, and where we see such news, and of course I report them, or I've seen people doing that.
Hmm.
They comment that this should be banned or something. People are much aware of that. But then certainly there are such photographers which do that. Again, inside a nude beach, you are all naked, okay, and everyone is allowed to take everyone's picture, and they are comfortable with it. They are comfortable in their skin. They are
Yeah.
comfortable with their, I mean, whatever, like body hair and everything. I'm
Hmm.
guessing how for us this kind of world is very different.
I
When
know.
I told my friends that you went to the speech, and they were shocked because they didn't know such a thing exists where people are freely moving and nobody's bothering, like, to please don't click my pictures, or cameras were allowed. That's it. That itself is very surprising. I didn't know that. So that's something I would say. Maybe that's why, when we say Adivasis and all, uh, they never judged the other person based on the way they are dressing, because those layers are not there. तो आप
Yeah.
कैसे जज करोगे किसी पर्सन को?
See, what
Just
happens is, what
हाँ,
happens is, this thing is not very common in India. Okay. But
exactly.
if you go back in time, well, a lot of religions used to follow this. Okay. I won't get into like the depth of it, but in a lot of religions, these things people were worshipped who the highest positions of a religious sanctity, they used to not wear clothes. Okay. And they were considered to be the gurus of their religion, gurus or the heads of their religion. And that was practiced in India. I mean, old in the day, that was there. Talking about the normal public going without clothes, being without clothes, that's of course banned in India because of legal reasons. And but I think there are around 7 to 10 beaches in the world where you can do this. So what happens is no country or no community or no society wants obscenity around them. That's the whole point. If that thing comes into the heads of people, there could be crimes around it. Okay. So
Exactly. Yes.
what happens with most nude beaches is they install things in such a way that only the business runs there smoothly. There are no like those individuals who just come and stalk you in some
Yes,
places.
such derogatory things to
Yeah,
avoid
they
that.
they pass comments, they take pictures for some other reasons,
Yes.
and these things are taken care there. And mostly in, I mean, most of these beaches that I've read about, it's a little secluded from the real commercial world. Okay, so these beaches won't have like a five-star hotel or a sea view resort or something like that. You have to stay in a normal hotel, normal cottage, normal hostel, or house stays, Airbnbs. And this is how the economy of that place is running, with these people who are not wearing clothes. So the government is very supportive of them. And of course, they do lay down some measures of protection and security so that the other kind of people don't come and misuse it. And of course, the area grows economically. So that's one thing that a lot of governments take care of when such a place is introduced or opened up. So I think it's pretty safe. I think when you go there, you'll realize how safe it is, because initially I went, and for the first, so it was just the first 15 minutes that I was looking here and there, and my mind had questions. By the end of 15th minute, every question was answered, and I was like, okay, now I'm here. Now let's settle down. So yeah, that was the feeling. And you know what, Priya, on a lighter note, I don't know why we are not gays because gay people are so good looking and they're so warm. Most of so every nude beach will have a gay beach like close to it. It's like a pattern.
Oh, there is a gay beach separately. Like, they have
There
such thing.
was a
Is there
beach.
a lesbian beach as well?
Uh, I mean, there's no specific gay beach or a lesbian beach per se. I mean, labeled as that. It's just, it's a small corner which they usually um, occupy that, you know. So that's how it's mostly in most, around most nude beaches. So here also, near to the beach where I went, there was another beach very next to it, like 50 meters from it, which was a small one. And during the evenings it was all gay people, and they were so nice, so good looking, first of all, and so handsome, so warm. And if you ask them to take a picture of yours, like if you're traveling solo and you want a picture, you might ask somebody. They'll take pictures from all angles, ensuring that you have at least 50 pictures to choose one.
They
You know?
genuinely participates in
Yeah,
doing such, yeah,
yeah,
helping
yeah, yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Mm.
They'll hold your bag, they'll greet you morning, evening, and I think, yeah, the world should be gay,
Such
because
generous and
yeah,
considerate towards others.
s- we need
The
love
Yeah, the thing
in
you
this
just said
world.
about like them being so, constantly asking you, is this fine, or should I, can I click you, can I click in another angle, is this fine, just check. He's a stranger. I mean, he, she, anyone, they are strangers, but I've seen this in, I don't know, I would say they are foreigners for us. We don't know where they're from, but I'm damn sure they are from, US or somewhere, not from, like, these British people are very, I've never seen them smiling to other people. I don't know. No, I can't generalize, otherwise people will hate
Don't
me
say
for
that,
this.
okay? We have listeners from UK.
Some Britishers are nice. Sophie Turner.
Rishi
So
Sunak, all of you are good guys. Don't worry.
Jiju, yeah. So
Okay, unnecessary.
whenever some Indian who, some NRI who's, of course, roots are from India, if he or she is popular now, doing really well, big face around the world, Indians are like, "Are Jiju
That's my
aaya
guy.
hai."
He
Yeah,
was my
that's our guy.
neighbor.
Nick Jonas is India का जीजू ना, तो
Yeah,
अब तो वो
uh,
अपना ही हो गया, ऐसे बोलते हैं.
bilkul. Like the damad, India's damad.
Ah, correct.
India has some good son-in-laws, you know. Nick Jonas, Rishi
Oh,
Sunak, a lot of them.
and and
Uh yeah, these two I
blank.
can remember.
Brain is functioning. Error 404. Brain is
Page
like,
not found.
पीछे पीछे जाना है और कुछ सोचना है. कुछ
No,
याद आ रहा है? नहीं. Okay. नहीं.
enough about nudity and this nude beach. People, go check out yourselves the nearest nude beach that you can. Of course, not in India. Don't do that.
I'm
Okay,
just
you'll get
happy that you
arrested.
experienced something like this because,
It's
uh,
super liberating. It's super liberating. So nice, and you'll feel so confident about yourself once you are there
correct.
and practicing nudism. Like not just sitting there and watching people, but you yourself go and practice that. You'll suddenly start realizing that it doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't, your appearance is the last of the skills that you can possess. Okay.
There are so many new, like, news and memes and unnecessary drama around uh, Radhika Merchant and Anand Ambani's engagement pics, and recently whatever, like, he was conscious, like, of course he just wanted to avoid cameras, but then his father has this name, and these media people are there waiting for you. Of course
Yes.
he'll just appear for pictures, but then of course he was shying a bit. Thoda piche khade hoke he was shying a bit. So people made fun of even Radhika Merchant, that she is kind of like, they were putting her, let's just say, gold digger category. But
Come
then
on.
yeah, I don't
If
entertain such
you cannot
things
be an
because
Ambani to marry an Ambani, come on. There has to be someone who's less rich than Ambani. There cannot be someone who's equal or more, you know. So I don't think that's the deal anyway. But one thing that really fascinates me about the Ambanis is how uh, together they celebrate the festivals and the events in their family. I just love it. I saw that video
Suraj
where,
Barjatia
yeah,
feels. And also Kal Ho Na Hoga, that part. Gujju. They were practically proving that
yeah,
yes,
and all of the
Gujaratis
Ambanis
are like
came on stage and like danced on a particular track, and I was like, this is so cute. This is so cute that
and they do not mind the cringe, and it'll look
nobody.
yeah, Radhika and Anand Tumhari Shadi and all, they didn't shy away from doing all these steps and slowly getting on the
And
stage and moving.
Priya, the best thing that I noticed all of it was the decoration, which was as simple as it could have been for any normal person in this world. Okay, I saw the stage, I saw the background decoration. Everything looked so normal and no show offs and no nothing. I loved it. I loved it. This is how, the rich people teach you that it's not about show off. But, but the ones who don't have that much money, but in order to show off, they end up spending a lot, being in debt, and all of those things. I mean, we have talked about that in the finance podcast that we made with Vibhor. Go check that out, guys, if you want to know some real financial tips. This podcast is going all tangents. We started with nudity, then went to gays, and then to Ambani wedding, and now to finance. I don't know, Priya, save the show. Do something.
That because it's show is about randomness, and
I
yeah,
mean, to this extent, are you sure?
that's how it should work. I think it should flow.
All
Anyway,
right.
so also
Big
I'm just getting my head around the fact that you said the stage was so less dramatic. I don't think so. It's because you have seen so many Indian weddings since last year that people are spending. Of course they are spending, and they will be spending some like generous amount of their savings on sangeet specifically. That's why you're finding Ambani's wedding very average looking and all. KG bhaiya, that brain is
dude,
playing with you.
this Sangeet thing, how Punjabified has this country become? Sangeet was supposed to be a part of Sangeet and cocktail to Punjabi weddings. Okay. Now you find a Sangeet in a Maharashtrian wedding, in a South Indian wedding, in a wedding in Jharkhand, in Ranchi. You'll find Sangeet. Chhattisgarh, it's a mix of everything that's happening in Chhattisgarh, north, south, east, west. So I mean, how are we dealing with this? How are we operating at this level that so much influence of Punjab has happened in in our country? I think Bollywood is responsible for that.
But cocktail was not never a separate event in Indian wedding. It's just again what the word we use, Western culture. Previously we had like haldi was the first, and then sorry, mehendi, haldi, and then sangeet was like we will be singing the folk songs of that state. For example,
Yeah.
Madhya Pradesh, and then
Or the
Maharashtra में नहीं
tradition that your
है.
family follows.
Correct. Uttar Pradesh में there are many songs, and
Yeah.
I've seen
I mean,
like
with every community, every caste, they have some or the other thing that they used to do, like since their ancestors, since the old times, how it used to carry on in the family, and they do it in most places right now. But because of these Bollywood things and the movies, Karan Johar, I'm sorry to mention his name, but uh, Sangeet has been so popularized,
dramatic,
yeah,
dramatic.
that it's now a mandatory event in the weddings.
Also, people take such amount of pressure. For example, bridal entry, they plan before a month and everything, and then there has to be dance there. So Bollywood influence again. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Every
Right.
bride wants to feel that she's
Of
the
course.
main character of the movie and etc. But there is certain amount of pressure around the ceremony and everything, because guest and the cousins and the friends they anyway want to do it, but then people who are not interested, for them the choreographers has been assigned. This is another business.
Yeah, I mean, it's a billion-dollar industry. It's a billion-dollar industry, Indian weddings, and every season, I mean, we have done a detailed episode on this with Yash Kala, where he speaks about the different things that happen in Indian weddings and the challenges that um, people go through sometimes, and the excitements and the events and everything, how they have been commercialized, and like more of a, you know, Western driven approach to Indian weddings. So we've spoken in detail about
Well,
these things in, yeah, in our
yeah,
podcast.
this is, I'm just saying this also coming from a person who just spent 3 hours practicing for her best friend's wedding.
Of course,
By the
yeah.
way, yeah. So
How's
I
that
had fun.
turning out to be?
Yeah. How hypocrite can you be?
Yeah,
Just
how does
prove
it
it
feel
in
to
one
be on the other
sentence.
side now?
Oxymoron हो गया ये तो. But then I enjoy dancing, and we were waiting for like her marriage, and it's been last 3 years since we were like, ye gana we'll put, because she's a big Ritik fan.
Okay.
So anyway, we were excited, and then we started practicing. That all is fine, because she's not putting us in a position where some brides are very type A, like this has to be done this way, okay. You'll all have to wear emerald green lehengas, okay, and this
Just
and that.
cut this.
She's not like that.
Just
Yeah,
cut this. This just going beyond my. I'm losing my brain.
brides are like that, bhaiya. I'm just saying.
How difficult is it for me to attend a
Few.
wedding now?
uh yes, dot.
Yeah, it's it's very difficult. Okay, I have a very funny story for you, but I mean, how difficult do people make uh, things? You know, sometimes, and mostly when you want to trust somebody, and that person himself makes it difficult for you to trust them. So I was in this city called Oaxaca recently, and I was like walking. It's a very good downtown that they have an old vintage heritage. A lot of Mexican culture has originated from there. The food. So I was just taking a walk in the downtown, and suddenly I came across this Indian restaurant. I won't take the name. It was there. So I stood by, and suddenly a guy from inside came and started speaking to me in Hindi, because yeah, that's how you build a rapport in abroad, where you start speaking Hindi with the desi guy. So he started speaking Hindi, and I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. How long are you here? Since how long are you in this city and this restaurant?" He said like some 17 years or something. And I worked in Taj Mahal Palace in Mumbai and Hilton and Marriott and Europe, UK, South America,
Oh,
North America, everywhere,
flex,
all the
flex.
continents.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
was like, man, impressive. So, yeah, the next question, can I look at the menu? And he was like, yeah, sure. So he gave me the menu. And while I was going through the menu, I saw this dish called chicken Kolhapuri, also available in lamb. So, like, we have lived in Pune for so long, Pune, Maharashtra for so long, that we know the cuisine, how Kolhapuri tastes. You know, whenever we went to a restaurant and wanted something spicy to eat, we used to order the Kolhapuri version of that particular dish, like chicken or mutton or veg or whatever. And then I was like really happy. Oh, wow, you have Kolhapuri. And he was like, yeah, South Indian food is my expertise. And I was like, but Kolhapur is Maharashtrian, right? And then he said, no, actually, its origination is from South India. And you know what, Priya? I staged my walkout from that restaurant immediately. I I couldn't wait for a second. I just dropped the menu, picked up my
Then the
bag.
viva has begun, but you don't know the answer, so you're just faking it. You're just selling the
The
false
the
facts.
most stupid the most stupid explanation, Kolhapuri dish, like Amritsari fish is actually from Telangana. If somebody tells me this, Hyderabadi biryani is actually from Lahore, I'll kill myself. My
We'll
life.
only believe if Chef Ranveer Brar is saying this.
Yeah,
Let's just agree, Kejiba.
I mean, uh, our entire life will be a lie if we get to know these things, like Hyderabadi biryani is actually from Lahore. No, it's not. It's from Hyderabad. If we end up saying these things, Amritsari fish is from Chennai. That's that's not happening. I'm not going to believe anything that people speak in this world anymore.
No way, that's true, but you know, uh, a Hyderabadi biryani is from Bangalore.
I'm gonna I'm gonna leave the podcast, press the eject button, and leave right now because these things will just boggle my mind. Why do you name it so differently then? Just name it Bangalore biryani, na? I just can't take this. I just can't take this. But anyway, this was like a funny trip that I had, funny incident about a guy boasting about his culinary skills and then saying that Kolhapuri dishes from South India actually. Talking
But
about
then
rest.
the level of overconfidence you need to have in yourself to first say that, of course people can be incorrect. Let's just, oh yeah, okay, you can be incorrect about your professional life as well, like the some terms the other person might know but you are unaware of still. So it's fine to just say, yeah, maybe you're right, maybe I need to fact check something. But then the guy said, no, actually, the origination is from South India.
I mean, come on. I'm not like dissing that guy or in any way. It's just that these are very simple things. Okay, very simple things that you need to take care while you are running a restaurant. You need to know the origination of of the food. From where is it coming from? Is it your recipe? Something that you have discovered? Something that you are cooking? Just say that. Say
Yeah,
it that way. But this something which is an established cuisine, Kolhapuri, and you cannot
yeah.
mess with that. You just
We
cannot.
never, I mean, maybe, maybe few things are like that, very odd, that we never know ki paratha is not like from
I
India,
mean, of
India ka
course,
thing, and
few
samosa is
things
not.
are from different places, but the names that that answer the question mostly, like I gave you an example of Amritsari fish, right? Patiala chicken. Patiala chicken cannot be from Coimbatore. It has
Idli
to
sambar
come.
is from Meghalaya. Did you know that?
Just get out of
Yeah,
the.
it is from
Go
Idli
go
is
away.
from Meghalaya. I think Chennai people and every uh I'm gonna be in trouble. And I don't wanna say it.
Do not
Okay.
mess with idli sambar. Okay, you know what? Like posing to be somebody else is what I could understand from this conversation. There's another very funny story, a very interesting one. I love this guy, first of all.
Before anything else, do you miss podi idli or not?
No.
Uh, then you're cancelled from Anna Idli. Sorry. Okay, bye. Yeah,
Okay, bye.
you were saying something.
All right. So posing as someone else. Uh, this guy who who was in,
Rude.
who was in New Delhi, and he duped a five-star hotel for nearly 30,000 US dollars, which is close to 24 lakh Indian rupees. So how he did it was he posed as a like a royal family from UAE, and he stayed at the Leela Palace Hotel for over 4 months. Over 4 months, Leela Palace in Delhi, and the total bill was around 24 lakh. And he just left. He told the employees and the hotel that he's from a royal family from UAE, and everybody was like super warm and welcoming and everything. And like, oh God, this is a royal family from somewhere. We need to take extra care for this guy. Let's upgrade his room, and all of those things were happening. And the end of the fourth month, he like not just left the hotel, he also steals like few valuables. So that's how like the total of
Very bad.
24 lakh rupee was duped from that hotel in entirety. Would you like pose as
No.
someone else, Priya?
The answer is no.
Okay.
I cannot survive on this ground of Mother Earth. Um, lying like this. I can.
Would you be like stealing things from a hotel? I think yes. I think you would do that. I think
So
the
if you're seeing
body
moisturizer and
lotion.
that shit, yeah, that's people. The hotel people expect that they are gonna take it. It's fine.
Oh, I like wherever I travel. So I so usually in hotels they have those small packets of body lotion, shampoo, body wash. You know the
That
small packs.
yeah,
It's so
that
convenient
comes
to travel.
handy. Correct. They are
Yeah,
so
I take
travel
it all the time.
friendly.
Yeah, I take it
Hmm.
all the time. And now we'll get arrested. I'm sorry.
No, no, feel not.
And
I
coming
know
coming
that.
back to this guy. Coming back to this guy. You know what he
Hmm.
also did? Like he told everybody that he's gonna get them jobs in Dubai. I mean, all the
Oh my
staff
god,
there.
this is
This,
has got escalated.
yeah, he was friends with all of them. He eventually became friends with all of the staff there, and he like enticed them with
You
job
know, he's
opportunities in
using
Dubai.
his skill in really wrong way. He
Yeah,
has some skills, good skills. I'm not saying that lying is one of the skill, but you know, some few people under management, and they have this convincing power that they can attract clients in a way. So he can work in that way. I'm just saying. In Badmash company, very cheap
in
example
any
I'm giving.
management firm, he would be a perfect fit. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just
the
giving example of this movie, Shahid Kapoor's, not much of a hit under the list. But then this in this movie, his father gave him a advice that you have some skill, but use it in a correct way. Otherwise, it'll like be destructive, disaster for you. तो आप इससे पहले संभालो सब बिगड़ जाएगा. Again, asking you, would you do that? I mean,
yeah,
lying
of course.
about your identity.
Not about my identity, but I would love to stay in Leela Palace for 4 months and not pay anything. If I get something like that, I would definitely do that. But of course,
I'll
not do
not do
something
for
like
such cheap tactic and like staying. I'll earn it and then I'll go it. But if it is for country or something, like if I'm gonna die in such a way where I'll get caught and they'll say, "I'm sorry, you can't, we cannot save you," and they'll shot me. That is fine for me because I did something for
Priya, you
for a
need to
bigger cause.
be like from a UAE royal family, okay, to spend 4 months in a five-star hotel. We normal corporate slaves, we won't be able to spend like more than 4 nights in a five-star hotel, more than 2 nights in a five-star hotel.
Maybe nobody knows. Nobody
Okay.
knows.
But this guy
I mean,
who
Shah Rukh Khan was sleeping on the using that again very filthy story,
stop,
which he himself sells so much. But then nobody knows.
yeah, nobody knows where you will land. And but yeah, this guy, huge respect. You conned us and just like I mean,
What is his name?
I don't know his name, but you know what? The Indian guys, they're so um, gullible at times that you just offer them a good opportunity and they'll just lay down a red carpet for you.
But
You
then
just
this is
tell,
Vijay Mallya ka case.
yeah.
Same.
I mean, this guy told them that I'm gonna get you jobs in Dubai and Burj Khalifa and Abu Dhabi and shit like that. And everybody was his friend. He used to get breakfast and everything at his on his bed. So I think this is how you win over Indians. Just lure them opportunities of something that they're dreaming of, and they'll be yours. That's how it works here with the
Maybe.
Indian people.
I mean, they are fool because for those who are in need,
I mean,
who
yeah, it's
genuinely need,
a little sensitive while we are talking. I'm trying
it
to
can
make
get,
it
yeah.
sound like a joke, but actually, this is how they play with. A lot of us get conned because of these things. I mean, this was a five-star hotel. I don't know how much loss will they incur out of this, but sometimes the innocent ones, the individuals who are just making ends meet, they get conned by such people, and it eventually turns out to be not so good at the end. So let's not get in there. So this guy, Get yourself arrested right now and pay the money and whatever.
I mean,
All right. Yeah.
Taj and all shit is fine. We'll get even better thing. KGB, don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You're saying Dubai and all. We'll go there. Don't worry.
No, no, it's not for me, but those people, those like the staff who was working there in a hotel, it's a huge workforce, from cleaning to room service to customer service to reception to to restaurants to everybody. It's a huge workforce, and they're all looking for growth in their respective domains, right? And if someone comes and says that, okay, this is something, I'm from a royal family and this is something I'll do for you, of course there are people who are gonna get sold out by that, of course.
I mean, when they were assigning him a room or something, they were giving him keys. I'm just asking God why they were not playing Golmaal hai, bhai sab Golmaal hai.
And why is there
Why?
no ID check?
That
Usually
must have been
they
done. He must be
keep the
very sly in
passport.
that.
Yeah.
He must be
in
very
in
sly in
our
that.
case they'll keep the Aadhaar card forever. And that's how we get a
I
room
mean,
in another room.
yeah. Sakshi Babi checked MS Dhoni's ID passport. So, yeah.
Oh, is
And
it?
moving on. Yeah.
let's let's move on.
this
Do we
this
have
is very
anything?
inside joke. Very inside.
She was good at
Really,
the job. She was good at
thank you.
and that's
I
how
was
she.
good at it. I know. I was good at making the joke. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Do we
Sakshi
have
Babi
something
didn't
else?
do it. Yeah.
Do we
Uh,
have another topic? anything
I
anything
just
you want to talk?
I just wanted to ask you if you were ever given a chance to talk to Shah Rukh Khan for just 15 minutes, what will be
So
the first
first,
question and the last question? Hoping that you'll get at least two question time.
so you know what, one thing I'll ask him straight up is, I have seen all your movies, I have watched all of your interviews, I know everything that you say, everything, most of the things that you do, and all your public appearances, we have known how witty you are. Just give me one advice, one line that that I should remember my entire life. And you know what? He'll say something which I'll never forget, is what I expect. He'll say, you know what? Just stop giving shit. Something he'll say,
Everything.
and that will change my life. I know that. So that will be my first question. And there won't be a last question. It will only be thanks. Thank you. Thank you for spending time. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to be in the same air that you are breathing. And yeah, that's pretty much I
That's
would be
gonna
doing.
be a yeah. That's gonna be something. Okay, so one thing, one beautiful line which I recently heard from some. I think it was Rohan Joshi, the
Mhm.
stand-up comedian. He said, Remember one thing before you take a step against yourself, where uh, you think that you're not getting enough courage to, you know,
Yeah,
wake up another day and do anything for yourself, and it's just life is just getting hard on you. Just remember one thing, that you are a strength for someone around you. You don't know it, it's fine, but you are each
that
and every
one person
person.
is looking up to you. You know.
Yes, so please
Yeah,
don't break their heart. That will just pull you up from the bed, and
perfect.
you'll get ready for the office just like me.
We
Yeah.
cannot we cannot top that what you just said, and I think we should wrap the episode on that note, which is higher than anything else. What do you say, Priya?
Yeah, I think I just said that line because Shah Rukh Khan has had so many flops, but yet people look up to him. They
That
wait
guy
for
didn't
him to
had a release since last 4 or 5 years, 4 years, I
for
guess.
4 years. Yes,
Yeah,
till
but
date, people are just waiting for him, even if he's not releasing. They're like he is something in our life, and he knows that. He's very much aware of that. So
still
let-
people go out, stand in front of his house to witness his you know, one appearance. That's
Wave,
how
yeah.
big he is. Without having a movie release in last 4 years, without having any public interaction last 4 years, people still go out, stand outside his house, and wait for him. That's called stardom. And I don't know why we came every time we end up speaking about Shah Rukh Khan. Priya, we should stop it. Okay, we should
Either
not
Shah
do.
Rukh Khan or the actress herself, my sister.
Yeah.
Both of these people are just troubling us. Yeah. Anyway,
Every time we speak about these people and I take a shot, I'll get drunk. Okay, by the end of 30th minute,
speaking
because
of getting drunk, you had one red drink which you just said. You want to talk about it? You just had one like tomato juice looking drink. You were just telling me before the call.
tomato.
What was it?
Oh,
What was it, KG Bear? Do you remember it?
okay,
After
okay.
which
So
misspoke the word ICICI Bank and you said ICCCI.
so this is a very very funny thing. Okay, so I was speaking to Soumya yesterday, and it was like 3 in the morning here in Mexico, and I just returned from this Indian night that we had in a party, a small get together with my friends here, and we made all the Indian food and everything. And while we were done, everything was done. We were playing some FIFA, and so one of the guys in at whose place we planned this entire dinner, he had like a very good looking and a very active bar that he had, like range of tequila. And he told me that there's one tequila that you drink with there's something else which tastes like a tomato juice. I don't remember the name, and it's not tomato juice, but it tastes like that. So you take one sip of tequila and one sip of that particular thing, which tastes like a tomato juice again. So I like drank a couple of them and I loved it. It was so good. And eventually you get a little drunk, okay, after the tequila is harsh.
Little
Little,
drunk.
very little, like a little,
Little.
yeah, just a little tipsy.
Your R become.
I mean, good enough to make your tongue twist. Good enough to make your tongue twist. So what happened when I was back home? I was speaking to Soumya, and she wanted to know something from the about the banks or something. We were talking about something related to finance, and I told her, you know what, ICCCI, the bank is having the, and you should keep checking on that. ICCCI has a lot of such, what do you call, such financial groups that we can look up, and if you want to invest we can do something there and all of that. And at the end of this, she was like, KG, are you drunk? Because last 5 times you were not able to speak ICCI, ICICI. You know what, how it was. I was like, no, I wasn't. I lying. I was like, yeah. Okay.
Chimkan tippa masala.
One of those moments, one of those julab gamun moments.
Julab gaman.
All right,
Masala mosa.
let's
Yeah.
not take this show like to gutter anymore, because we have already done that a lot over the past 50 minutes. So, Priya, any parting thoughts? Anything you want to say to our listeners
No, I
before
just
we,
want to say good night. Tomorrow is Monday, and I'm just
while we
I
are
was just
recording?
thinking about, yeah, thinking of the breakfast I'm gonna have tomorrow. So yeah, that's my
Sure,
last thought. Yeah.
sure. Keep thinking. And everyone who's listened to us so far, this 30th episode that we are doing, if I'm not wrong. And thank you for your support so far. Do check out, I'm continuously trying to promote our YouTube channel where we are coming up with videos as well. So do check that out as well and share the podcast, spread the word, because that's the best form of promotion that we can afford right now. And yeah, with that, thank you so much. Say that again, mate, is the name of the show. And Priyanka Mishra, who's not actually a pain in the ass, but she's a good co-host, and that's why she's here,
No,
and that's why we are doing
yeah.
this podcast. It's all because of her. It's all on her. Any arrests, anything happens in the future, it should be her. I'm just an employee in this venture.
Smooth, KG smooth.
So with that, Bye bye, everyone, and thanks for listening. See you
Bye.
again.
Hey there, thanks for listening to the podcast. Just in case you liked the episode, do leave us a rating and follow us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to. It'll be of great help if you share the podcast with your friends and tell them what podcast you're consuming. And you can also send us your questions, suggestions, feedbacks, and AMAs at pleasesaythatagainmate@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our Instagram. Our handles are there in the description of the show. And with that, I'll take your leave and see you again next week.